There we go. We are back, y'all.
Hey
We are back.
everyone.
We are
Do we have
back.
anyone yet? Not yet.
No, not yet. Give it a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do right now while we wait, we all can just go on our phone and get shared to viewer group chat, and
Right.
that's the first thing.
Well, Amy might as well just fulfill that because she's now on Facebook.
So,
Let me get her secret.
well, it's no longer a secret. You already told.
Amy got a burner's account.
If
How
I
about
had
that?
a secret, it won't be a secret anymore. You just told the
she
whole
got
world.
She got a burner's account. A burner's account.
I
she
don't,
got
but
some
I'm
kind
just
of
saying.
That's what she
I
got.
don't know how to call it.
If I did, which is not true, but
Mm,
don't
Of
worry, guys.
course
I'll
you
be on
do. Of
Facebook soon.
course
I
you
have
do.
to set
a
up a
There's
spy
no
Facebook.
way. There's
a
no way you can be
spy
on top of
account.
everything happening in Liberia without having a burner's account. I'm
How
sorry.
how do you see that?
I'm sorry, Amy.
I got my
I'm just
sources.
keeping it bug with you. I'm keeping it bug.
I got my sources, okay, and I'm not gonna disclose I'm not gonna disclose their names here. I know you're
Wow.
trying hard.
Look you.
Hey everyone,
The
hi
monkey girl.
Johnson, hi Mawule. Welcome, guys. Yeah, today protest day. Enough is enough. Welcome to the Nightly Exchange on Liberia Watch News. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube. And please share, follow, like, comment. It's free, y'all. It's free. Yeah, let's try and grow our community. This is our community, our own, right? We come here every day to talk about Liberia, to have fun talking about Liberia, social, economics, politics, everything included. We're here to talk about Liberia every day. So, and we're glad, we're happy, we're grateful that you're here with us to grow this thing with us because we cannot do it without you, right? We cannot come here and be talking to just three of us, talking to each other. It won't, look good. We have to be engaging in the comment section too. We appreciate you guys doing that. And for you who just watch and don't engage, that's okay too. Maybe one day you will get over your shyness and start to do that. So we appreciate you either way. Okay, and Johnson, I'll keep harassing you till you come on the show here. You need to come up here. And today was the best day for you to come up here, Wilson. To come tell us about your protest. You know, to come tell us the inside, the outside of everything. But anyways, we'll do it for you. See, you don't want to come up here. Just share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll highlight it for you. you know yeah, here, and we welcome everyone. This is an independent platform that every well-meaning Liberians can come and share your thoughts, give your view about Liberia, your party, your community, whatever. This list is free to do that. We are all here every night doing that. We all have our sides that we support. Okay, we're not in journalism 101 here. We have sides that we support, but at the end of the day, we all care about Liberia. That's it. Some days it get heated. That's the beauty of it. You know, Democracy. I may disagree with Therese, disagree with Formula One there. We may all disagree, and we have somebody else here too. We don't always, and that's the beauty of the show. If we all agree, it won't be fun, right? So we have to sometimes disagree to make the show spicy. But yeah, that's what we need. Wilson up here to come and help us make it spicy. Well, anyway, we'll keep fasting and praying till he makes up his mind. So thank you for coming. Thank you, to and family here tonight, as usual, with Amy, Marsha Territory. Marsha Territory is not my last name, y'all. Because some people can be, guys, you won't believe it. Some people can be calling me Marsha Territory. They think that's my last name. No, I'm repping my village. Y'all see, Toure got Batala boy. Toure is from Batala Bon Country. On that family, we just put him the whole Kema. He will represent everything because he put his hometown there.
And look, I'm from Grand Cayman County in Sierra Leone. And, you know, as always, so just call me the Chevo Island boy.
You're muted, Victoria.
Anybody who see that family name, they all know what territory that family name associated
Yeah.
with.
Come on. So yeah, I'm from Marsha.
One county.
Did.
But don't miss the joke. I have my cousin who is a representative for Bon County, and before, remember, I shared this story before. I have benefited from Bon County student association scholarship before. So at one semester they pay my, and I'm grateful to the Bon County people.
That's what we do, man. We you know
we look out, yeah.
We are glad that we're able to assist you through your educational issues. Bon County is a county that is centralized. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bon County. I ain't
right
get some Bon County. Yeah.
So we are almost like glad that we're able to play a little token into your education.
And you won't believe that my first girlfriend that I ever knew came from Bon County too. My first girlfriend. My childhood girlfriend, so to say, my first childhood girlfriend I had came from Bon County.
That's what you call this thing, puppy love.
That's life right there. But yeah, hey, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it again. Today is protest day in Liberia. As Amy was laying it out for you guys. I'm about to tackle it a bit by bit. Go through all of the in total of what was a very discombobulated, disjointed.
I didn't know Terrell went to LU too.
You know what? Don't go on that far. Today I'm just going to borrow from Samuel 12. So today, since it was a huge protest, and there was a lateral movement of things. So we're going to deconstruct that lateral movement, and you know.
Oh yeah, so we have to, because what's the name? What's the boy name? I mean, we said that the whole country was shut down.
Tabula Rasa and Buccaneers.
Yeah,
so all the Tabula Rasas and Buccaneers that were all out there, we're going to deconstruct it.
Yeah.
The only mistake we have here, we get a chart to show the chart how everything was moving, but we will come back another time for that. But that's it, man.
You know the protests were not well coordinated when you had a guy with a placard that said Joseph Boakai killed La.
You know, the joke on the Spoon Talk today, somebody said Gibson Jeru said it was Unity Partisan Planter in. No, it was not Gibson Jeru. What's the other guy? The guy that Spoon appointed today, the employer today to go cover.
Darius.
Darius was there. Darius said these were Planter Unity Partisan who were assigned to
looking for scapegoat. What? Are they always looking for a scapegoat?
Always, man. Always.
Never want to take responsibility of the action.
The funniest movement that I saw. And you know, Daryl reporting was funny today. He was reporting the guy Gossin William when he was sport commentator. The ball go far outside. I said, "Oh, that's a near miss." I said, "Thank God, Gossin William." He said he political commentator because that's ball was
near miss.
Yeah. The ball go far off away from the pole. You say, "Oh, Liberia came so close to scoring." So that's how that guy was behaving
maybe
today.
Her vision was something.
That ball used to lie to people in radio land. When you see people then be thinking that, "Oh, Liberia did well, oh man, ain't happy," thinking that good thing Liberia now do. We were called Liberia never even key shot on target. The one who called shot on target, Liberia never had it. All the ball went far away from the goalpost. So Daryl was doing that today. He was seeing just few guys coming towards Cinco. You said the multitude of people. I said that's more English that ball you see. He said when you see the barrage of people are trooping in from the houses, the group.
It's funny because it was sounding like we're on radio and we're not watching this thing here.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'm glad.
We're looking at you.
We are
not on radio. We're looking at you.
I'm glad that the drone footage did not serve justice. You know what I'm saying? Because no amount of trying to manipulate that picture to inflame what actually it was. You know, that protest crowd looked like, you know how when you get on corners, so now you get one here, you got another one, you got another one. You remember?
Yeah, open to you on the other side.
They open to the other side.
You guys are, but anyways, yeah.
That's so much just, it was just waste of taxpayer time, waste of money, waste of resources. People would have actually gotten travel to other.
It's the reason why Wilson say you want to make time to come just to correct family
for you
and just to come for me. I say,
I'll tell you, man, they life not balanced.
And my own man over there.
They life not balanced.
Yes. So let's start with some videos.
We got 15 persons already on.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with some videos.
For the fact, I've shared that to enough group chat in my disposal. I've shared it to many people that I can. So hopefully
I'm sharing mine too in a 368 chat room. I mean,
Jesus is Lord.
Man, we are part of many chat rooms, so we just put it out there.
So today, guys, what was your best part of the protest? Because
you want me to get my opinion and my impression and
yeah, go ahead and I'll come later.
So thank you very much. Let me use this medium to say hi to my folks in Radio Land and people watching us via Facebook or YouTube. And it is Maximus. I always go by Max. And you all already know I'm from Grand Cayman County, the county with the vibe people with the bee hat. I'm one of them. Okay. So you know that 3 things I always ask you for before we go forward. There are 3 things you have to do for us. When you come across this video, make sure you like, you comment, and you share. It helps the platform.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it gave us in fact, it gave us this courage and the motivation to come back the next day. So please do that 3 things for us. So today was a great day in Liberia.
Oh, yesterday.
Technically, yesterday was a great day in Liberia, and we give God the glory for great things He has done and greater things He promised He will do.
Yes, sir.
And I also want to line out few points. I want to give big thanks to the organizer of the protest for conducting themselves in an orderly manner and sticking to the rules of engagement.
We do have to call that out. They did well.
Because the meeting that he had with the joint security and other stakeholders, there was an agreement. So for sticking to that rules of engagement, I want to commend you guys. And I also want to commend the police for showing out what it means to have a civilized and a decent character to head the police in the IG, Gregor Coleman, any way you call it. And he actually put down this mark on the Liberia National Police that will remain an indelible mark on all of the protesters who came out and they saw that there were no exchanges between them and the police for the first time. And I also want to give it out to the lawmaker today for confirming the Chief Justice and in a timely manner before the protest can reach its boiling point. Imagine the Senate went to work today and they completed that process before this entire protest could come up. So these were the 3 points that I really draw up today. So today it was a great day, and the Constitution was in full type. The Liberian people, some of whom there will always be problem. Look, problem will not finish. And that's the reason why they say when the problem arises, people find a way to solve them. There are so many different ways people can solve problems. And this one is the one that the Constitution gave Arab citizen. Say this is your right to assemble peacefully and petition your lawmaker. And we are not going to say it is bad to assemble or to protest. It is your right, and you exercise that right. And I want to give it to the government today for protecting that right under the Constitution. And in the wake of protecting that right, the president also, did a very big mark. Imagine there were protests today, and the president still working. He still went and introduced today the artificial intelligence community, bringing Labrador to the global scene, because everybody benefiting from AI, and Labrador still dangling behind. So the president today did another big groundbreaking ceremony at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. So I want to give it out to the government, and we continue to tell our people it is okay. Let us, especially young people, because the people I saw today, vast majority of them were young people. Let us always find a way to amicably resolve issue. Let us not allow ourselves to be used by politicians to score political points. Let us always, even not only between us and politicians, but between us and our fellow comrades and our fellow compeers and whatsoever you want to call it, let us make sure we not resort into violence. Let us be very, very resolute and calm in presenting our argument, rather than going into fist fight or throwing rock and other things. It's not going to solve any problem. It will only lead us to another problem. So thank you very much. We're going to deconstruct the remaining argument that we have along the line.
Thank you, family. What, Teray? What was your should I say, what is the memories that you have about the protest, and what stood out to you? What did you pick up to be,
Yeah, he's just giving his opening, right? Is that, or we just going straight inside since we keep in late?
Oh no, the same synopsis you just gave, a little bit of it. Yeah.
So
what's on your mind?
I think we're just gonna go through with.
You just want us to do that, okay? So
yeah, and then get to our talking points. But look, this is I'm gonna be brief here. So what I saw today, and it was great. Obviously, we are all in support of freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom to protest, freedom to petition your government and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong there. Government gave them the opportunity to do that. You're able to exercise their constitutional franchise to be able to do that. But what I'm so moved, or at least impressed about, how the government handled that whole situation. Because you see, sometimes in a light of PR, public relation, when someone is drowning, they allow them to just drown. I mean, under that circumstances now, I'm not talking about. Like,
I'm about to say, remind me not to go on the beach with you.
Literally speaking. So basically, the government did not buy into all of that stuff, because the government would have given these guys a little bit of a breathing room if the government would have sort of reacted in a negative way. And I like the fact that the IG, the police, because Gregory Coleman, he can say everything about that guy, right? But he's never short of professionalism.
No. His
approach to things is spot on. You can see, leading up to the protest, you can really, really tell that the police were well prepped. They went through all of their progressionary measures. They were up to task with everything they needed to do from 1 to 2 to 3. So there was absolutely no aggression coming from the police. And that tells me that these police, they were trained, even though we know that they are well trained, but particularly for this event, for this protest, they did not in any way put the government in a situation that the government could not handle. They allowed the people, you will never ever, you know what I mean? A little. But look, let put that outside, right? The whole protest was just a charade, for lack of a better word. But again, this for me actually was a test. Mobile Molu did this to test the Liberian people to know exactly how much he have left in terms of popularity, if you will. The fact that this guy enjoyed, getting people out over the years, but what Mobile Molu did not realize that everything has its time. When you treat the people like shit, it's after hours. I can use that now. Thank God we're not on Spoon and Nessun platform no more. When you treat people like shit, guess what? They will react like that. When you take care of people, next time you call for these protests, they'll be out. But we saw you traveling with Gucci bags. We saw Akara Grace saying now having wedding in Paris, where children are languishing in the street of Monrovia. Some of them don't even have food to eat. Now you coming back to call these people in the streets? Come on, man. You gotta be absolutely, insane to even think that people come out. And that's the Liberian we saw today, that people will not just be moved by a bunch of rogue politicians trying to, showcase their might, right? By trying to see how best they can flood the street of Monserrado or Monrovia. But that did not happen. And that was justice done to all of us. Now we can sit back and say, you know what? We finished covering our one now. Because the Liberian people, the Liberian police did not capitulate. The Liberian did not capitulate to their nonsense. And it just happened that they were able to exercise it today. And I guarantee, moving forward, the crooks, they will not cover any protest of this magnitude, because it was a failed exercise. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Teray. Yeah, so today there are a few things that you guys already named, some of it. I would call it a success because of the outcome of it. Well, I shouldn't say nobody got hurt. Somebody got hurt. People got hurt, but not in a way that we were kind of worried, that it will happen. So I call it a success for the police, the security forces. I call it, because I think they heard a lot of things around in the corridor that they were going to push them to the edge to make them look bad, right? Because the whole thing about police brutality and all the one is, so they were going to push them, and they did try at the Capitol, but they kind of exercise restraint, a little bit, right? But even though I was kind of scared, I'm like, okay, I don't want this to go out of hand, because there were some older people in our crowd, right? And they tear gas or water or whatever when they're doing all of these things, those people can't run. The young ones can do that, but the older people cannot do that. So I was more worried about them in the crowd, because they have been brainwashed, right, to come out. They say, oh, you go to this store, they're not buying from you or whatever. Things prices that Borga did it because Borga stealing money. They won't happen, and our people don't know any better. They don't know what's going on around the world. The inflation all around the world. They don't know anything about that. So they think that they're so gullible. They lies. They come and tell them. Only a few people, and they're like, well, who are you to come and tell me that, right? You were just there and you are doing the same thing. So how are you going to come and tell me this is not this and this is not that? But our people don't think like that. If they are in a certain position at that point, whoever comes and acting like they are the angel to them, they will buy into it, some of them. So, and they were out there, and I was kind of a little bit, worried about them. About this thing getting out of control. When I seen that little scuffle at the Capitol, I was like, y'all shouldn't do this. Y'all don't do this, please. We don't want to see something, But I gotta give it to Mobile Molu, right? They really did try their best today. I would give that to them to try to calm the situation. They tried their best to calm it when they were trying to get out of control. They were there trying to pull them back, So I gotta give it to them. Even though
Mobile Molu tried his best to pull them back.
The protester. to put them on a, to try to, when they first got there, that's what they try to go on the opposite lane when they told them not to go there, where they told them not to go. And he tried to go there and calm the situation. Those boys were prepared to go and misbehave today. We coming, so y'all do this. If those guys was not gonna be there, and Malu then was not gonna somebody was gonna get hurt today because the police were gonna do their job. I'm sorry. Call that police brutality if you want, but if you're peaceful, for the most part, the police did not do anything. Even when they started to get out of character at the Capitol building, the police did not do anything. So
yeah, but I just don't get a credit part. Amy, I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't get a credit part. Why you?
Seriously, you gotta give them credit on that one a little bit. They tried to stop. I seen the video. I seen the footage that he tried to stop certain things that they were doing. They were trying to get out of control, and he
got him in the street. So what do you expect if he get put in the street? Right? Yeah,
but
if he get put in the street, on which basis is he getting them in the street for?
Well, to him,
you saw the kind of thing these guys are talking about. We're talking about rape. We're talking about murder.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Are you serious?
Right.
So when I see you giving him credit, I'm like, no. We're not doing that. We're not going to give someone credit, right, for putting people in the street.
No, I'm not giving him credit for putting people in the street.
So you never just said that.
I'm giving him credit for helping to not let the situation get out of control.
And I'm saying,
the police get that credit, but you have to give him a little bit. Well, that's my opinion, right? That's my opinion, right? I'm just doing it. I'm giving him that credit.
I don't want you bringing out opinion. I don't want you bringing out opinion.
You don't make me protest. Yeah, you can't freeze on my right. So I have to. I seen that, and I think I have to. They brought them in the street. That's why they were responsible to calm them down. They did that, so I will give him that. I'm not gonna take that from him. But overall, the police had the biggest, responsibility today, and they did very well. They never got out of, they never brought out their batons, they never brought out the tear gas and all that. Anything even Joe. There was a tear gas. I heard it was a pepper spray because there was a flash, right? From the gate when I was trying to open the gates, forcefully open the gate. Somebody from outside they kind of splashed something. I really thought it was water too, right? But later on we heard it was pepper spray or whatever. It's something they tried to do really to get the police to get out of character, but they never did. So that was very, like we all said, Greg Coleman ready train his guys today, and they was ready to get some ass whooping. Don't get me wrong, they were ready, but they exercised that patience today and said, okay, let's see how far this will go. So that's what I'm saying. It was a good thing that none of that happened. All right. So I'll leave it there. So we will show some videos from from the site today. There was a drone footage, but we had different angles that we were showing. And then, or should we first show some of the reasons, why people said they were out there?
No, I mean let give some visual, and after that we'll go through that stuff.
Okay. So looking at this, when you come so close and take that picture, I thought there was a lot of people out there today. To be honest with you,
that's not a lot of people. I mean, that's you're talking about Monserrado, Amy.
Amy,
I feel like you're trying to give them undeserving credit.
Amy,
yeah.
Wilson is asking this. I don't know what you mean by some.
You want a link? Oh, sure.
If you want a link, let us know. Don't say CDC guys. What CDC guys say? Anybody can come on. This is for every one of us.
You want to come on, Wilson? You can come on. We're not stopping anybody.
Everybody's welcome to come on. I mean, obviously, come. Solutions, Weashin, whatever whatever party you subscribe to.
You want us to drop the link for you?
You are welcome to come on. Everybody can come on. The platform is open for everybody. Come on, let's have a chit chat. Come on, let's connect.
So, come on, let's discuss the issue. We had that. We had this one.
Man, these are some of the pictorials from the self-inflicted, uncorrelated protest, a disjointed exercise, a disjointed exhibition.
This place was extremely packed to capacity.
That's what I'm saying. When you in a crowd, when you're closer to them, when you're facing them right away, only you're thinking it was so packed. When I seen that, I'm like, how disappointing! This is not 5,000 people.
They think small like Loputete.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. This was disappointing.
And this was a protest that the Gazans took months. And the good side of it, I see, I've received some report. Some hardcore intel came up that that the organizer were demanding something, right? Look, the Gazans sent communication that they wanted, if they want the protest to cancel, there are certain things. Look, the Gazans are reckless political fortune hustlers. And we already know their type and their appetite, and we know their character. And I'm very, very fine that this government is serious about putting the thing straight. Going out of this where when people talking about, oh, we will protest, then you find somebody coming to look for leaders of the protest and getting something. Nobody giving you anything. Will protect you under the Constitution. Come out and tell the Liberian people exactly. But yeah, it's my disappointment. Why I give them the kudos for peacefully assembly, but the main purpose for going and having this protest was to submit a petition
to
their government. And today, they fail in that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of giving the petition to the chairperson on petition and claims at the representative, they said no. They now want to.
Yeah, who is that? Prince Toh?
Prince Toh were accompanied
pretty
by
boy Prince Toh.
He was there with Colette and the other and several other lawmakers, and they sent communication, but they said that they were not going to speak to anybody other than Mr. Boakai, quote unquote. They said again that they are not going to send petition to the House of Representatives because they do not recognize the speaker. The speaker is a rebel speaker. That's how they refer to him today.
Even though he was elected.
That's the delusional state they are in right now. And then when later on, when the Senate, after their confirmation hearing, they send the chairperson on security, almost like the defense minister at the House of Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And Senator Saros went again, and there was a scene that came after the hurt security officer who took the rock on behalf of the senator. So imagine the senator being hit by flying objects from the protester, and he is the chairperson on national.
One of the security officers. No, the other one are police. They want to the protester.
So this when it started to throw the stones from the.
So imagine the chairperson on national security, almost like the defense minister, on national security in the House of Senate is attacked. That is an attack on the defense ministry. Literally. So if those officers were not going to stand before the racks and take the rack on behalf of that, then there was going to be a serious cataclysmic showdown. That somebody not going to be saying that on the side saying, oh, the police have always been like this. Those were the conversation they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm grateful to God Almighty for the level of tolerance and professionalism that the police exhibited and high level of restraint, because some of those guys were actually provoking.
Yeah.
We have seen all of videos recording of how they were provoking the police. They were provoking other law enforcement officers so that they can get into action. And then when it happened, they will say, oh, we already told you this is exactly what they wanted to do. But everything went according to the way the John Sekete already roadmap for them. So the petition was not given today. Instead, they read the petition. It was a charade, and it was just a mere bluff. It was a mirage. They never had no plan to give petition. They just had plan to go on the street, to dance, and to make and do other things. But in a nutshell, let me just close up on this one. If these people had true intentions, you have the opportunity to have sent a CC copy to the speaker. And more besides, the Constitution that we are looking at, there is no provision in the Constitution that tells you that it is the president should come down to you to receive petition.
But from that
arrogance,
but that craziness that are going on with stones and pepper spray and all of that, I mean, were they guys were they really expecting for the president's security to put him at risk to bring him in a chaotic area like that? I mean, what is going on with these? What's going on in that?
Quick. When the June 7 protest, which is still considered as the biggest protest in our modern time, in our recent Liberian history, did President Weah show up to receive petition? The young man. Did the young man show up to receive petition? No. Why do you think our erudite? Okay. Our sophisticated and educated president with the beautiful English will walk under the ring for some schoolboys and lunatic to come and tell him to read or receive or 13 or 10 count on things that makes no sense. You think President Boakai will wake up and come on the ring to come listen to who? When the Constitution already told you exactly who to go to. Your lawmaker right there. If your lawmaker was saying, oh, we're not inside, we're out here, not there, then you say, But you had lawmakers who were waiting to come to receive a petition and you refused. Why did you even assemble on the ground of the Capitol then? You assemble on the ground on the ground of the first branch of government, and you refuse to listen to anybody from there, and you say you want to expatiate your simplicity by coming over there and telling us, say, you will not give your petition to nobody else but Mr. Boakai. You should be daydreaming.
Thank you.
In the morning time, you will see our firebrand president coming all the way down to stoop his step so low to a mere jewelry collection guy.
That's thank you from the so Ture, you know, the president, right? He's serving the people. I don't think he would mind, right? But once you are the president now, you know, like people who were, you know, sometimes they were like, oh, we used to see them when they want our votes. We can sit with them, we can do that on there. Yes, you will. But once that person becomes president, it's a different ballgame. Now, we're not saying they shouldn't care for you, but their office, which is the presidency, if you're not respecting that office, Ture, you're disrespecting that office. You're calling this man name. Then let's put the office aside. But in our society, this older person who can be your grandfather, your father, you call him all the names and all this something and everything else there is, right? Because politics not blind, everybody in Liberia now. You're doing all of that. Are those any songs that's supposed to encourage him? That's supposed to say, tell his security that no, those are my people, those are my children, those are my I will go there. I mean, is there anything that's supposed to encourage him to go down there with their utterance and stuff like that? That with all the insults and everything that they were reading on this order, like from let's say our wedding president. I mean,
our black president with beautiful English. But look, look, at the end of the day, the president is under no obligation, no constitutional mandate that suggests that the president should go and receive a petition, right? So these guys, they don't respect the office of the presidency. I'm not even going to go elderly statement, because once a president was a president, and I don't think the president deserves any special respect. I think the Constitution obviously gives you that. If you want to give the president additional respect, you probably do that based on your, cultural and family upbringing. Right. But but there's the thing. These guys, they make the whole team seems like as if they were not just in power like 2 years ago or close to 2 years ago. When last did President George Manneh, former President George Manneh, walked down to receive any petition? I stand to be corrected, but never. All right. And I definitely, for 80 euro pop, I don't expect him to walk down and to grab anything. Number one, he should even be upset that they are even having this protest. On what? Like I was telling you, I'm not going to give credit to Moba Molu for, like visibly trying to, redirect protesters that were kind of, drifting onto something else. Based on the fact that this protest, I don't see the merit. I don't see what are some of the basis of this protest, right? Now, reading that petition, I was listening to, points that they actually raised there. These absolutely, incoherent, dudes talking about rampant corruption, talking about, killings, talking about rape, talking about a witch hunt. I mean, Amy, you and I, we saw these buggers when they were in leadership. Everything they're accusing the government for right now
is what happened.
They did these things with absolutely zero accountability, no remorse whatsoever. I don't know whether they were doing it due to their lack of understanding as to how government works, or they were doing it in sheer ignorance. But either way, there's a saying that says, an ignorance to the law is not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only vie for a position that you know exactly what you're bringing to the table. And while you're at the table, no one expects you to not know what to do at the table. So you wanted to be president who gave you guys authority for 6 years. And all you guys did was loot the country. And I am so upset that we're speaking up to today's day, the president have not taken some measurable, approach to really apprehending some of these guys. Because now that will be the real hunting that I expect the president to actually do. Because there's so much more that the president can do And the fact that these guys are coming out to protest to try to intimidate this government, because that's the aim of the protest.
That is it.
The aim of the protest is to tell the government, look, you're not going to carry on what you really want to do. You're not going to hold us accountable for what we did for 6 years. And any exercise to ensure that you're going to do that, you will be resisted. That's the aim of this protest. That's what this was about. To intimidate the government, to have the government to capitulate to their demands that moving forward. Look how Maba Molu said today. That they gave the government 14 days ultimatum.
Are you crazy?
14 days. All right? But you know what? I respected how the old man responded to it.
Don't worry, I got a video to that. We'll play that. But just to play this for what you just said, right? Other Liberians are appreciating the president for doing some of these things, and people are calling for protests. So they are making fun of it. Okay, for him arresting these people, we want him to come down. For any
we are project must go down. Why the ever stable like they said must come down. For running water 2 hours, must come down. For paving the road, must come down. For sucking oil, for bishop, must come down. For making sure that brown the way must come down. For road connectivity, must come down. Say you. For Baga to be the best person ever in life, bro. Baga must stand down. For Baga to go and speak good English, Baga must stand down. For Baga to pull a brown the path again, Baga must stand down.
So yeah. So it's funny, God. Right? While some Liberians are appreciating what's going on, you have people that was just there a year and a half ago coming out.
You know,
go ahead.
This is you know, like it's like you have a girl, right? And you did not take time to value this girl. Mm-hmm. Right? You did not take time to value her. You did not take time to enhance her value, right? And now you mess around, that girl go find saying some relationship with a guy who's taking good care of her, who have added more to her value, right? And now all you see now is like a shiny star. This girl had that. She had all of those qualities, but he just didn't do much to exploit those things, right? To bring to light that beauty, that confidence in that girl. Now somebody else gonna take that same very girl, right? Enhance all of her ability, build her self-esteem up, pump her self-confidence and stuff. And now you sit back, you're like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. What did I do? That's what is happening here. These guys had Labro for 6 years. They did not do anything. They robbed Labro of her dignity, right? They make Labro to look like a joke in the eyes of the international community. We could not get anywhere. We lost all of our respectabilities, right? And now the old may have taken the country. The old may have drawn the line. The old may have tried to align Labro with some international. I mean, look at Labro right now sitting on a non-permanency at the United Nations. That is a value being added to Liberia, right? Look at the president being invited to the White House. Some people are trying to dismiss that. But no, we're not going to allow you guys to get away with that. So there are so many things happening for Liberia right now that these guys, they are so jealous. They cannot absolutely sleep a day without being troubled by the opportunity they have by a popular mandate.
Yes,
and they squander the opportunity. And now they cannot set eyes on the old man progressing. They cannot set eyes on Labro moving. Look at that young lady talking about Baga must step down because of the proliferation of electricity in the country. Baga must step down because of running water. Baga must step down because of road connectivity. You know what I'm saying, right? So what are we talking about? I rest my case.
know, man. So guys,
Look,
I just put a chat once again we just put it the link in the chat. Whoever wants to come on, join us to you know, have your say in this discussion about the protest today. Please be our guest. The links are in the chat. Just click on there and come on, and we'll be happy and glad to have you on. Go ahead, family.
Look, I always like to give my disclaimer. I always like to say it out here straight, because I don't want for people to say, "Oh, I'm sycophantic." We've always said it over and over that there are issues and there are challenges in this government. We're not going to omit that. We're not going to tell you that when people say everything is rosy. There are problems, but the strives and the steps this older president. That's why I think there's this part that say the younger ones shall dream dreams and the older one will see vision. We have the elderly man who sees vision. When the younger man was there, he was dreaming dreams. The dreams were not those dreams that today, where he said, "Oh, we were not in power, but we built schools, people were educated, all that thing." And you see the education level now, he left with your people. Because if you give the people education, you will see that life will change. They will know now the difference between a private and a public sector. They will know that everything about your livelihood is not government. People are doing self-initiative. People are pushing, are working hard every day. But you have a bunch of people who go about doing things over and over and expecting the same result. You're expecting different results, doing the same thing. And look at the drama that going on here. Today, one of my good friends was caught. It was on the Punch TV. That one was funny. He was hiding to drink his
So put his using for the protest.
I'm telling you, under that rim about cutting his Nakon product. Imagine that man finish racing barrel car holding in dream Nakon product.
That is
what exactly do you think will come out of that man? That's why they say garbage in, garbage out. When too many young people are seen in the country there, they are so intoxicated with the exuberance of their youthfulness. So the energy is too confusing to them that they didn't even know which direction to put the energy. So they just allow the wind to carry them. So according to the correlation of the wind, as soon as you see,
so anybody want to like it, so you're selling drugs?
And they stop you from selling drugs.
They stop him from selling drugs.
And that was why you are getting your income from.
What?
You are getting income from that. And they stop you from doing it.
Yeah, they stop him from
so that's why you're protesting.
The protest now, I'm protesting for working in the country, and I'm protesting for them to get off freedom. We are also about this. We are citizens of this nation. We need freedom in this country.
You're not getting freedom to do your business?
Yes.
Do you still want to do your business and they stop you from doing it?
Yes.
You still want to do it?
I still want to do it.
Still want to sell it.
That's my game.
When were you selling it?
I selling my drugs in part-time.
Which time? We have administration.
I start selling my drugs anytime, all the now. I'm still selling, but my business goes down.
They have a first stringent measures against your job, sale or what?
Why you say?
They crack it down on you who are selling your job or what?
They keep suppressing me. Just table and they put it 150,000 for me.
Is it a party to you?
Yes.
How you see the sale of jobs?
I see the sale of jobs because I need support for my family. I need to get my family money now. I'm care of 4 living children in the country right now. No support, and my parents are focusing on me. See, I graduate from high school, no other thing for me to do. So I just try to join my brother, get a dollar bill. Who can money no more way.
What are you doing in business?
No, I'm a forever trade man. I'm a trade at NCDC. I got general market.
What about trade do you do?
I do general market as well as NC.
Do you have work now?
I don't have work. I won't work anywhere. I go to the police. You feeling with school? And everybody feeling with school? Everybody names go to school.
Oh, that's why you have diploma.
Thank you. Diploma. I get high school diploma. I'm not feeling with school. But I learn my trade. I'm a bona fide trade man. Yeah, what's up, son?
So let's
for
get
my
back
trade,
to
make people don't call me Dada Bill because I'm serious. But now, nothing doing. I working there, bro, tell me from that doing nothing, bro. I was selling market. They put in supreme, they get me just so one for me to talk to me, so I leave.
Who's the market you're selling?
Nothing, I selling push.
Push.
Yeah.
So and they keep suppressing you.
They start suppressing for this government or
government.
This government?
This government suppress us. Just let it see a government budget passing the other woman. They get me high school. Where this goes number 5.
High school graduate with a diploma. Was sent out there applying to loud companies. No job. Yeah. When we go to say no job because of the government, say bad government, say policy. So we stay setting. We want to work.
Thank you.
And then the thing I can get money, they stop you to do it.
Why can you get money?
I would say just to get money, but it's stopping the judge to not go.
Do you think that's the right thing to do?
Hey, I don't think that's the right thing to do, but because no job, that's why I'm doing this.
Oh, okay.
There you have it, gentlemen. A lot of people have different reasons to be honest to them. Mobile Mother told them it was legit. Come out. They're stopping your shine. So let's go out there.
All of these qualms were not even captured in his scam. These legitimate qualms that those guys were all striking out there, it was not even captured. But
so
look at the irony. Look at the irony of this situation.
Shouldn't this be a praise for the government for stopping these guys from doing these things? Like it was one of the thing on the list. They talk about drugs. Something about youth.
I'm not going
and here you go. You got a youth. You got a couple of youth in the street talking about they're mad because they were stopped from doing these things.
I am not even taking that. I am just here nodding my head with disappointment. There are young people. Someone claimed to have a trade, specialized in car AC, and he cannot use his talent. That talent that he learned to look for a genuine way to get his aiming, but he wanted fast money, so he want to go to remain selling his market. And you saying Maryborough taking from where were you working at Maryborough taking from there? I'm wasting our own people there. You see young people metamorphosing into zombies. You see a physical appearance telling you that he's looking for a job. He apply with all his teeth out of his mouth. Where you go, which are the job you go to go apply, and people will even take you serious. Right now, you're not in a right mental state of mind. What proficiency will you offer when they even give you a job that require you to use all of your 12 pair of cranial nerves that you already finished obliterating all of them with smoke and damaging all of them, and you sitting here, you even losing all your teeth in your mouth, and you still talking say that the type of thing you want. Look, the challenges in the country are enormous. We already know that. And this government is fighting very hard to mitigate some of those problems. The problem will not finish, but if you, the citizen, don't give the willingness that you want to accept this change, it's not going to come easily. It's not going to come. You must accept it first that you're willing. Then it will happen. But you wake up in the morning, the first thing you know, the country hard. The next thing in the middle of the day, the country hard. What you doing? You still playing checker. You playing checker. You playing Ludo. Some people wake up in the morning, they go to the intellectual forum to go listen to the guys then talking for in the morning, in the evening. All that energy and the time you're wasting. If you were finding something else meaningful to do, most of the guys are not all of them very blank. You see over there, Amy, to be honest. Some of the guys get natural talents. They get natural talents.
Yeah.
But how can they transcend this talent into something that will put food on the table? That's the area they lack. And for them to look at people now who will get a moral instruction They want out of town. They want too much of talk. They want you to now start chunking money on them. And it's not working like that. In the generation, even in the great United States, nobody is giving anybody free money. You have to work out every money. People paying mortgage, people paying rent, but yet still, some people can barely even sleep in their own houses. The houses they paying $500,000 or $1.5 million for. They can't even sleep there. They out there working. And in the end, Uncle Sam can say, pay your taxes, pay your bill. And then they'll be angry, say they'll be vexed. But all the money, say, all of my money I work for, all those night, all those sleepless night, all those overtime, and everything going right back. You see it? So they say, in fact, they say from the sweat of that brow shall that eat bread. That the Bible say it. So you got those men will struggle to survive. The struggle of men begin at birth. If you're coming up, if you know that, if you don't recognize that, you have to work hard, or even harder in this economy. Get know that so-called left say you living. There will come a time you're not even able to move because you see people getting some gangrene, their feet getting rotting. How many young men on the street that feet getting rotting? They sick, they passing around. The after about go save police people, they say, cough if one they fall down. They say, oh, they kill people and harm their citizens.
Right.
Those zombies are working already.
Yeah. Thank you for me. Teray. So this protest we heard that it was all about civil society stand. CDC was in. This is not a CDC protest and this and that, but in the end, we see most CDC hierarchies taking over, in the forefront of the protest than any other, civil society or whatever. Do you think this was a trick and that, CDC kind of try to trick the Liberian people that pretending that Moraba Molu has resigned so they can have this group to be protesting and call it a pressure group to make it look like CDC is not doing this? You're muted.
Well, I've said this and I'll continue to say, without Moraba Molu, there is no CDC. Because there's nobody who's able to galvanize the troops as much as Moraba Molu can. And this show right here tells you how vulnerable CDC has become. All right? And I know Moraba Molu has since resigned his position when organized a pressure cooker group called Stand or whatever that crap is. But Moraba Molu will forever be associated with CDC, and CDC will forever be connected with Moraba Molu because...
You think that resignation is legit?
Well, whether it's legit or not, the jurors actually suddenly came out today, right? That Moraba Molu and CDC, they are mutually inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So basically, you saw Moraba Molu, you saw Akagre. And then you saw that guy there who can be speaking all the Hulu Balu and all that stuff. He was there too.
What's his name? The
Alvin Wizard.
Oh,
you know what I mean? He was there. Then my own uncle Abdul Kane was there. You know what I'm saying? So this shows that CDC still remain, even with Moraba Molu now going with that yellow whatever something he got going there. But what we saw today was indicative of the protest that we saw today. And I know my brother Afra is here trying to play the devil advocate, right? On one hand, my brother,
if you want to play.
On one hand, my brother is saying this, and on the other hand, he's saying this. Let me tell you. The only thing you cannot legislate is morality. There is no legislation for morality. You can't say how people should treat themselves. You cannot legislate that. So what you saw today was something that people been associating CDC as a party for years. As a matter of fact, there's a party that is engaged in drugs dealing. Because what the young man was saying openly today, that this government is kind of like, cracking down on them But on a CDC, that was not the case, though.
It was a free market.
We were talking about people transporting drugs into these ghettos, free of charge. So the more you keep them high, you what? You benefit from them, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now this government, on the other hand, saying, no, we're not doing that. We're going to go through all of the ghettos. We're going to get all of the drugs dealers, right? And drug peddlers. And we're not having that. So now you're seeing where that friction is. And I can almost guarantee you, I would tell you, 70% of those guys you saw out there today, I don't want to be condescending in my position in this, but a lot of them look like some of our brothers that have actually been preyed on for years, and some of them have succumbed to substance abuse. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm just keeping it 100%. You know? And a part of that CDC, these are the people that they have always continuously continue to take advantage of. And the only way they could do that, look at how many drugs arrests, that are happening in our country when President we are in power. Do we having that today? No. Because at the end of the day, when you want to make these people to be your base, you have to feed them with what they need. And on the other hand, the Unity Party-led government, under the stewardship of Ambassador Dr. Good English, Joseph Numa Boaka, he's not having that. He doesn't have any energy for drug peddlers, for drugs dealers, for drugs importers. And there where some of these brothers were openly talking about today. That the government, anywhere we go, they catch us.
Brave too.
We can't even say our thing and our set. So it tells you that the government is working. So there is no need for protest. And why I'm not being dismissive of the unemployment aspect of it, not to be dismissive of that. I understand that is an old age situation. You cannot in any way try to strangulate a government that have not been in power for 2 years. For a country that have not prioritized unemployment. All right? So let's be fair here now with our, and I know man, Alfred is talking about all kind of things. But Alfred, make your way on this platform. Let's debate the issue. Back. Thank you, Amy.
Do you think there's the same question to you? The CDC hiding under the whole, protest behind the protest, and on the mean day, boom, out of the dark, they show themselves.
Look, there was that's the reason I told you the resignation from Chairman Molu is a mirage, it's fake. It was a concocted plan to make it look like, I want to distance myself away from the CDC and go into civil society organization, because when the biting of the sanction was eating up everywhere and the fire was blazing from every angle, people started distancing themselves, started disassociating, because there were so many people. And from the information that we gather, we know that President Weah was not already on good terms with Chairman Molu. There were hierarchy of the CDC who were still talking to him and still telling him that Molu is the one, that has the control of the boys, because that's how they can call him. He said he is the doctor. He has control of the boys. Most of the boys listen to him. And that is the characteristic that they wanted to see in Janga Cole. And that's the reason why today's citizens are very disappointed in Janga Cole. Because Janga Cole is educated, he's a lawyer, he knows the law, he knows how to, he continued to tell and say every leader have their own style. And Molo is a lousy guy who wear gold ring and jewelry all over the place, and he's a scammer. We received his information that he was a pastor in Ghana. He was a pastor in Ghana. Right in Ghana, he was a pastor, and he connived with some group of people to take members to Canada to give them Canadian residency, extort money, and he extorted money from people. And then when they chased after him, that's how he came to Liberia and he joined the CDC. So that BM life, you can see the message, the man is a certified BM. He came under that pretense, and then he and George Weah, the two brothers of the same fellow, so they flocked together. And you see how after 2005 election, we heard what happened when the money came. So President Weah can come back and say for the sake of peace. So Molu did not resign. He just did that, and pseudo resignation. And today you see all of those organizations, all of those auxiliary groups that endorsed the protest, they were all CDC, the youth wing, the women auxiliary, the what the other group, the PROSA. PROSA, people don't know PROSA. PROSA,
who's that?
PROSA was the student grouping, and PROSA is a student grouping for the University of Liberia, funded by Alvin Wisse, broke away group from SOUP, because when he was expelled from the University of Liberia, and he was not given the support of the Student Education Party, and then he broke away and he founded his own organization. They used to call them some kind of name before they went on, and they said they wanted to become a full-fledged political party before they called and said the Progressive Student Alliance, some kind of PROSA. So those group came from the University of Liberia. You always see them.
Oh, so now you have two, SOUP and PROSA.
No, you have SOUP, you have SIM, and it has STUDA, and then PROSA now is like the fourth. Yeah. So we normally used to have SOUP, STUDA, and then the organization, the political party was formed. They keep forming new political party based on the regime. So I think SOUP, now SOUP is the older political party on the campus, on the campuses of the University of Liberia. But when President Taylor funded one of the other political parties, either SIM or STUDA, and President Doe had one of those political parties. I don't know who. Taylor has SOUP or SIM, and Doe has STUDA. So they had another student grouping that was opposing SOUP, because SOUP was the most radical group that was always the pressure group.
Yeah, they're always in the news.
Yeah, they were always pressuring national government. So they succeeding presidents, quote unquote. I don't know. That's the news that we had. They say presidents supported some of those groups so that they can oppose SOUP and minimize their stance. Okay. So you have PROSA today now, who consider Alvin Wisse as a godfather, the founding father. Okay. And you have them too, because they are all seditions. Let me tell you that. So the whole protest, the CDC were hiding under the balking also. They were hiding behind the protest. And I sent a message today to Spoon. I was saying, see the position of Mother Molu today on the chalk.
Right.
Look at the position of the man who says he is the head.
Who believes to be the head of
who the organizer of the protest. The first thing we saw, it was Akao Gray and what the other guy need. What that guy need? All of them from SOUP. They were in SOUP there. They all go to CDC. That did it one, and I wish that then Molu was hanging on the side, all the way on the side there, closer. He was behind at some point. That later on he came in from small because somebody was pushing. He said, and people said you behind because
they were listening to the news. They were listening to what was being
said. In the comment section was saying, but why would the chairman be so timid? All the way he be hiding at the back. He's all be in front and on the chalk. But you made Akao Gray can't stand in front. Akao Gray and angry loser.
Akao Gray today was the one who was saying that we are here to petition the president. and no one else. And if he can't receive the petition, we're not giving it to anybody else. And I'm like, dude, I tell you, why are you being the one giving these orders? Like, you're supposed to be just a little, you know.
Yeah, Akara Gray is
like this is like you're the one organizing this thing. And they said that the lawmaker said like they were communicating with Akara's Gray, like they were trying to, they were how do you call it? Negotiating with him for them to receive the petition. So it was all a charade. Akara Grace, they were behind the whole thing. Why weren't they negotiating with Morba Molu and stuff? Why then what's his name? Colette, right? Said that they were negotiating with Morba Molu, but he said Akara's Grace. So I mean, I don't know who they're trying to fool. I mean, y'all all already said, are they not Liberian? That's your famous phrase.
Akara Grace will remain.
So why are you hiding?
The greatest accident of history in the life of people of District Number 8. It's an accident, and the people of District Number 8 already know. But see, the man had degenerated. Just the man not even spent 6 years. The man just left the house. He left the house. The first thing, he was literally losing his mind. He was having the afro until people had to talk to him and say, my man, the depression is too much. And then he had to call his hair. When he call his hair now, it show out and his form. Look,
so do you think Akara's Grace still have some kind of little grudge for the Prince store?
No, he's is
that why he won't?
Grieving. Akara's Grace is grieving. If you can look for a cardiologist now, or anybody any EKG technician who can read the rhythm of the heart, they put any leads on that man, and you see the man's heart rate is kind of really in a very bad condition. But see the dance they go do to Akara Gray in Ghana, for showcasing his wife, new video that will coming out. Somebody go bring the honorable man to go there. Akara Gray body set looking some kind of way. It's one shoulder up, one shoulder down. That type of man you come and go. The man sick. The man sick. We understand he's angry, and you know that you just leave the House of Legislature after 12 years, and then you still saying I don't know what else again.
So, but, President Bwaga had a. Today, you want to say something before we go to what President Bwaga said today about a protester that, placard that was.
Yeah. So basically, look. At the end of the day, I mean, I don't let it waste my time on things that don't make sense to me. Why we tolerate people's position, because that's the only way we can actually steer the affairs of our democracy. But to be quite honest, man, I don't think anything that pisses me off more than discussing stuff that's void of rationality. Mm-hmm. There's one thing. The face of, the face of any group matters. Mm-hmm. There's a picture of Morba Molu circulating on social media right now. That got him. I think he's carrying a briefcase, it's like a Gucci all over the place. You know what I'm saying? If you were like that for 6 years,
uppily,
right? And Akara Gray is suffering from what we call inferiority complex.
Lord have mercy.
Akara Gray is suffering from severe low self-esteem. I mean, this guy was representative for how many years? 2 terms, I believe. No?
18?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So for a man that was like that, and we all know the kind of money that these buggers make when they're up there. And I'm not saying he's broke, though. People can be having money and
I think he's pretending to be broke.
I'm not saying he's broke.
We're not saying he's broke.
That dude got money.
But he's hurting that he don't have the power.
You can have some money and be terrified about what's going to happen if that money dries out.
Oh, his stockpile.
A wealth that is ill-gotten, guess what? Is one of the most terrifying wealth that you can get, because everybody's saying in the corner waiting for you to get to that level. You know what I mean? And that right there can terrify the hell out of some people. And look, like I said, man, I wish the brother all the best, but his physical conditioning has deteriorated. You don't need to be, a physical, therapist to know that for sure. Dude is walking like somebody who literally just came from, I'll reserve that comment. But look, the brother don't look good. Yeah. And let me just leave that one out. But I'm talking about, if you're going to be the face of something, you got to be what we call Migos from Atlanta. Walk it like I talk it. You know what I mean? You cannot be standing for poor people, but you're living a life of like a king. There's some disconnect there. It don't make sense. It don't add up.
It doesn't.
You can't be preaching for equity, but your hand dirty. You can't be representing the people of District Number 8, and there are people water over the street, but then you're going to stage your wedding in Paris, France. It don't make sense. That's a contradiction. You don't share the people suffering. You take from them, but you don't represent them. You take from them, but you don't share with them. You take from them, but you don't even live in a district.
But you inflate pin on them.
Right. So there are so many things. I can agree. You talk bunch of talks. Move on university students. Oh, you think we'll not forget about that?
For protesting.
But I dare you can't do that again, though.
Well, for what?
Not for even protesting, for telling him that he should not come on the campuses.
For telling him that he cannot, he's not
welcome. Not welcome.
That he's not welcome.
Well, it wasn't about him though. I think it was first with the vice president that he drove on the campus, and he said he invited himself there.
It was not a vice president. It was
basically what precipitated that whole thing was that this guy that visited the campus.
That's Samuel Tuer Pigin.
No, the guy.
I know him. The Maxwell Kimia.
No, it was the Solicitor General.
Cephas, yeah, Serena Cephas, when the guy drove the car. Yeah.
Serena Cephas went on the campus and the children came off on him and all of that stuff,
and
right?
They chased him out.
Right, they chased him out. So now I still remember that vividly. So
yeah,
now this dude.
And now Samuel Tuer Pigin too.
Right.
Who ate the latest money.
Right.
The guys
so this guy wanted out to flex his muscle. He said he will bounce and nobody will do anything. So that was his whole motive.
It wasn't even about him. That's right.
Yeah. He said he was going to honor scholarship scheme with one organization, one student grouping invited him to honor that scholarship scheme, and you're going there. And then the student unification party said, you're not welcome here. Don't come here because you guys are the reason why the country is like this, and you have never visited the campus here since you became representative for 12 years. You lawmaker and we fought in your district, and we complain that things are not working here, but you insisted that you're going to go there because you want to go show strength. So he took talks, a lot of talks with him. I don't know what all he fed them, gave them all the necessary things that they can take to make them very abnormal.
I don't know what he fed them. The thing they complain about.
He fed them with it, and he gave them the thing that can make them abnormal, and they went with him. That's why people always associating him to be taking drugs. He said, "Oh, that's a natural art." Because if you go give something to somebody who behave abnormal, and then in the end, what do you expect LeBron to say? What do you expect LeBron to say?
But did you guys not see them passing bottle around today?
Oh, and I was telling Amy, I said the guy was secretly hiding it on his side. He said he drink. Now, knock on Porter, you go drink. Knock on Porter.
That's crazy.
Why Molu drinking and Hennessy SO? and you drinking Nakon product under the ring, you damaging your liver.
So guys, today, President Bwaga, he always likes to joke around, right? President Bwaga said that while he was at this book launching at the I think the EJS complex, he made a comment that he said, I see protester on their placard saying Bwaga can't lie. Can't, not can lie, right? Instead of saying Bwaga can't lie, the person said Bwaga can't lie. He said, but let me tell them that they can't lie. And we are moving this country forward. President Bwaga reacted to the protester at the launch ceremony of the Labrador AI Challenge today. So while that was going on, there was a lot of things going on today as well. While the protests were going on, the Senate confirmed the Chief Justice today, and President Bwaga was launching the, AI.
Interestingly, today, somebody sent me somebody who two protesters. One of them, I don't know. He said he's protesting. He said because Bwaga can't lie. He said can't lie. We just wait. And the other one was protesting that he's protesting because we're not giving you a chance to sell drugs because I heard you were making very good protest. But a country 178 years, our young people with talent, we can't keep them like that. It's our job to make them, prepare them for the world. During the campaign, I went to Ghana. I couldn't understand there was an Indian who was doing business in Liberia. And we went to visit him. And he said to me, take 500 young people. As a matter of fact, this man was doing business here. So he moved to Ghana, built a school. I would like to encourage him to build here holistic education. You got the school, you got a football field.
So there you have it. The AI Challenge 2025, the Egypt. So apparently the country wasn't shut down today. There was business going on in the government and all around the country. According to our brother Ivan, we say the country was shut down, locked down today. So, and we have the Senate, like I said earlier, the Senate confirmed on the Chief Justice today, and President Bwaga had this program, and he was also at the book launching ceremony today too. So should we say this protest? I know all of us, we already had everything we said. Was it from the injury? We had one injured today. There was a guy from the CDC headquarters that broke into a car, and the lady I've got to put that picture up too. And people got hurt in the car, and he broke the windshield of that car, the taxi, and from the stone throwing at the Capitol building and all of that. So people got hurt today, and these are what we normally talk about. Protests, when people are doing these things, we say that yeah. So when people are doing these things, we say, when we're talking about it, they call every protest a peaceful protest. Yeah, especially, and this one was not even close to what happened in Kinjor, right? The one they kept referring to, killing peaceful protesting Kinjor. So, with all of this, all of what we saw today, was this protest peaceful? Was it successful? What would be your take on it? Before that president, throw that in there. He had a I think he sent something out to on Facebook. I have that communication. Let me read it. Let me see here what he said about the protest today. I sent it to you from the alt-red. Did y'all see that? I'm trying to find it now.
Yeah, I saw the write up.
The write up. Can you read us a little bit of it, please? I'm trying to find it on the way. Go in my phone. Yeah, just acknowledging this protest. And people want to, CDC did not endorse it. Yeah, CDC couldn't have done that because this was a CDC protest. In there, from every angle.
You mean this? You mean this one where President Bouakai announces?
No, President Weah.
President Weah?
Yeah, he's read up.
Yeah, so official statement by His Excellency George Manneh Weah, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for immediate release, Monrovia, Liberia, July 17, 2025. I wish to commend the ongoing efforts of all Liberians who continue to exercise their constitutional right to peaceful assembly and protest. In every functioning democracy, the voices of the people must be heard and heard clearly. Every organized protest that reflects the will of the people deserves respect, protection, and attention, not intimidation, sabotage, or dismissal by Bouakai's government. Let it be known that the success of any protest is not measured by who is absent or present, but by the collective commitment of the people to speak truth to power. We are all members of various coalitions and political affiliations, but above all, we are all citizens of the Republic of Liberia, a sovereign people with invaluable rights. To the leadership of STAN, headed by Moba Molu, and all those who continue to stand up in the wake of Bouakai government's bad governance and call for justice, accountability, and good governance, I salute your courage and resolve. Remain peaceful, remain principled, and do not lose focus. Liberia is a must always remain bigger than any one person, group, or political party. Let us all stand firm in the truth. Liberia first, Liberia foremost, Liberia always. Never surrender your right to be heard. Stand up for your right and stand up for Liberia. God bless Liberia, George Manneh Weah Sr., former President of the Republic of Liberia, former President George Weah. I don't know how many former...
Yeah, Bob Marley. Stand up for your right. So, yeah, that was the relevant President Weah.
I don't know Bob Marley now.
Get up, stand up. But anyways, we heard Liberia is bigger than one individual or a person. We hear that Liberia is this, Liberia, but these people action don't show these things. I mean, they say it, kind of like a recitation or whatever to look good. It looks good on the paper, but they don't practice it. President Weah, we always say that him and his supporters always make him like he's above Liberia. He's bigger than Liberia. Whenever nothing goes his way in Liberia, she shut down. Oh, they did this to President Weah. They did that to President Weah. But in his write-up, he sounds like that's like he's telling them no. That is not it. So are they listening to him or he is just doing lip service? Guys.
Well, yeah, Farmer, go ahead.
So, look, I've been flipping the pages too, reading as things get along, and you won't believe the amount of comments that came under the post today.
This post?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love to write in the comment section when I'm reading stuff like that.
That was one of the many write-up that President Weah received that kind of engagement, because the Liberian people were bold enough to tell him what they felt. Go and read the comment section. There's the most interesting part of that entire comment. That entire post is the comment section. Don't waste your time on all that thing you read over there, because one of the things that somebody wrote over there that really got me moving, say it is better you keep writing like this than speaking.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's me.
I was just expecting our person like that.
Go to the comment section, it is there. And there were people there editing what he wrote. And people were telling you all the time he's spending now in Europe, you don't know how to use AI. You don't know how to use Meta AI to help you to write. And yeah, I mean Meta AI now it can help you to write and and help you. But you still impossible. And the other guy said he's still using AI and he's still making error. So I mean,
he's not telling AI the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what's happening, man. I don't know what's happening. CDC should come out and tell the Liberian people, look, I've said it over and over, President Weah has hung his boot. The next phase of Weah you're going to be seeing now is a business tycoon, a real business tycoon. He had already said it through public declaration, but people don't listen because you have people who switch off their ear and they just look at President Weah and idolize him and not follow what he says. Some people just want for President Weah to be somewhere. They feel happy. We all be happy when we see President Weah. But some people don't listen to the thing he says. You see what I'm saying? President Weah said it in his church most recently that he is not involved. He's not going to be in politics until he get old and die. He said retirement age is 65. And instead that time he'll be 63. Because he said he's 57 now. He says that time he said he's not going to be president for just 2 years and then retirement. He already said it. Go listen to the video. But they are not listening to that. He said he can only make people now. He said he can make people. He said he got to live his life. He got to move on. He said what he wanted to prove, they said he couldn't do, he did it. And I told people, I said, go back and look at President Weah. Everything in his life, he win it one time. President Weah get good at winning thing one time. When he win it one time, he won't go back there again to go waste your time. Yeah, he win a thing. They may completed the meaning of his Weah name. The people say world best, W, European best, African best, and the H head of state. We saw that. So very completed Weah. So which one you say behind him? So the guys who are still desperate for power, who want to have behind President Weah popularity and the former President Weah popularity, so that they can get into the echelon of power and misbehave. Now, why they say behind President Weah for now? So he's told them now, I can only make leaders, but I'm not going to be involved. But people are not listening to what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? Because people getting that because his English is as bad as some of his D's, so they get to that bad thing. And like anyway, they say when monkey ugly, but must stay like him. The how he looking. So the how he looking, President, we have been telling you, I say my people they think are feeling with it, but people will still be beating on the mayor. Oh, they'll tell you say, oh, you can still do it. But a President, we are saying he's doing a comeback. When they went to do that campaign, and they say, oh, we should go pay due payment. Who were the movers, shaker, and the actors of that particular show? Were it now they see Samuel Tuer today that was in Johnson at Saw Beach? Was it now they see McGill today that he was invited to the LACC and other people? Was it now the same group of people? You saw anybody over there new? Is it not the same Abu Kamal and our behind him? The ACE group, the ACE. I said, what happened with the ACE problem? It is, I think ACE is a problem with CDC. Abu Kamal using ACE, Alita Ban using ACE again on the other side.
Comer, Sister Comer, she was in a protest. I wish I had a video before that.
So I mean, we say to the Liberian people, in a red time, God has not turned his back on our country.
Amen.
God has not given up on Liberia. And that's the reason every time the evil plotter beat the drum for the downfall of the innocent, God do not allow that drum to sound. So I continue to tell you, I say, until the rotten tooth is pulled out, the mouth must chew with caution. If your teeth are in your mouth, you can't chew certain food. You gotta be careful how you chew that food. So until we get rid of those bad apples, President Bouaka is taking his time and analyzing and taking decisive decision, because we keep this government came to power on an alliance, and you cannot go and and just start taking everybody on, and the people will come. And this is exactly what opposition looking for. So make sure, I'm happy that we live in the age of information. Everybody on everybody. Anybody who see when the information come up will boot you out. And the only partner you see, get mark my word and say, Famula say this. The next phase of this booting out. And they say President Bouaka was sleeping and the man wake up now. They say the man gone deaf, he can't hear. And now they say the man can only suspend, you're not coming back. We'll move on our suspension phase now. That is the one now when you will put you on a handcuff and will parade you on the street, and so that your family can see that you stole from your own people. Because I don't see where in the world that the country are struggling as Liberia after 170 some more years, people still want to steal to that extent and make the other ordinary people to suffer. Now they don't want to make it today. Or young men that came on TV, on big platform that say, I said it just in district number 14. I've been saying it for all the S number year, and that's exactly, I get 4 living children. When you not go in the left, you not get 4 children already, your team missing from your mouth, and the only thing you say you want to say and you want to protest for is for you to continue selling drugs to damage the future of other people, and you say this is something that brings joy to you. But this is the problem we have, and we have to continue to preach the positive message so that our people can be liberated. The liberation that we're talking about is not one person. This is real shackle. The chain they put on the people when they're carrying in the transatlantic trade. Some of those chains stay with us. It's in different form. Today it is in the form of drugs. Our people are not free, and other people are still managing to bring it in. All the way the government will fight. And it is a collective effort. We've got to keep fighting, and we'll keep doing what we can to give our people the necessary information that will inspire them and tell them that there's still hope ahead. They say unearned suffering is redemptive. That's what Martin Luther King said. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. So we're going to go to the phone line now. Put the number up for whoever wants to call. And even though I put the link down there that if anybody wanted to join us. But now we're going to put the numbers up, 267-586-5479. Call us if you want to contribute to the issue here today. Well, we also, if you were seeing something else, then us like our brother today, some of that, give me analyzing it. Something sounded like he was watching something else than everybody else was watching. But anyways, Therese, while we were on calls, do you have something else to say, to add on?
Not really. I mean, maybe just let's go down on some of the stuff that my brother family touch base on. At the end of the day, man, nobody our boss here. We all seeing things.
Mm-hmm.
We just choose to react to them at our time of choosing. But we're not going to allow anybody to come and distort history here. Now, we're not doing that. We're not sharing that energy. And we're going to, bring people back, to the record. What have you done lately? It's something that is fresh in the minds of Liberians. And we don't need to go to school for that. Nobody need to do a poster or a banner to inform people of what happened on your regime. You know, I'm all for protest. I'm all for First Amendment. People should have that right to do whatever they want to do. But for me, what I don't like is ignorant of your own actions and inactions. Nah, that one now is something where I can say, I say, even you have the right to do that, son, but they shit.
I don't think they're ignorant, they're in denial.
You know, no, you see, two things can be true at the same time. They can be ignorant, and I see that being denial, Amy. You know, do you know some people can inflict some things on other people that they themselves don't understand the gravity or what they have done?
That's exactly what's going on here.
you know, either you are ignorant to the fact that you just inflicted so many harm on the people. Like bro standing in the Committee of Nations was stripped naked. You know, like bro did not have any respect on President George Manneh. No respect whatsoever. Because everybody knew that was the biggest joke.
Oh yeah.
You know, and for those who didn't want to, for those who really don't want to admit it, you can see where did President George Manneh go? Which one of the president that you really saw with? And even if they say, what are they talking about? Then my brother Trogo on the other time, they trying to tell me that he and President George Manneh they can discuss economy for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, right? Bro, look, man. Hey, look. Not making this up, man. This is stuff that wrong.
You have to, you know, have some job, then you just have to add up your CV a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I know the guy. You guys look at the guy as your messiah for whatever reason, right? But isn't the same guy that I'm talking about scale of preference? I don't know what that scale of preference you're talking about.
No, you're talking about scarcity.
Scarcity.
That's supply and demand, right? When the prices are high, right?
Just open the damn bag and take some rice out.
Bro, man, that's the guy. He said you guys can like we're talking about complex economy for 2 hours.
The man discussing needs and wants.
What are you guys
talking about? Budget stuff for. After finishing telling the people say, oh, you know, I'm not an economist, and then you still come out and say, but you can discuss the needs and wants and talk about scarcity. I said, what kind of man is
I was not a student of econ, right? I didn't. But under no circumstances, just because you are there, student of economy, were like discussing, and you're able to pick a line or two from it.
Mm-hmm.
That does not give you any qualification to discuss the subject. And I think there were a lot of people made mistakes. Just because you took econ like your freshman year does not qualify you to discuss that subject matter, because it's much, much deeper than that.
Yeah.
You know? Then you go into that out of forum. You're making joke of himself, but he thought the joke was on the people that actually hosted him. You're going to sit in that kind of, intellectual octagon. and you know what I'm saying, bro? And they're confident. You know what, Amy? I'll look at that video clip. We'll be playing it.
I've been sending the video in the chat room over and over. That video, every time I see it made me laugh.
That video never gets old.
I share that video with Chokon. Chokon, I can always share it with her. He can be the first person I send it. I say, see your economist. Imagine this embarrassment. And that's the reason why they do always go to places where they will get set him down and put a TV on and show you a football game. Watch your football game, son.
Including the White House.
Yeah. Now somewhere say in the canteen they carry him. I in around the Oval Office they carry him.
No, it ain't the Oval Office. It was
somewhere
Oval Office. You better let him.
They carry somewhere quick.
It was somewhere in a recreational, department of the White House.
You say can't sit down and watch your football game.
Because where they got a pool table there.
Yeah. Come and discuss serious global issue, then you go sit down there and watch football game. And you can't tell us say that at the type of president that we the young people should be inspired and happy. Look, I've said it over and over. And some of us supported President Weah. Some of our good friends are in CDC. They know exactly what we can say. Look, we did not support President Weah on the basis that President Weah is so sophisticated or was so educated and had all the solution to the problem. No. We saw in President Weah a man who came from the slums, a man who came from Gibraltar. When some of us were living right in Vatan there, people who knew us, know my family, were born right in Vatan there. It's a stone throw from Gibraltar. And we had a monument right to Gibraltar Junction there. There's a place they call Gibraltar. The junction right where they had a big monument there. Where a grandma used to live. George Weah. Most of the young people saw in him a replica of themselves. You say, oh, this man, he ate around a fee. You know what they call around a fee? He ate around a fee. When you go in the Kobo shop, you say, oh, man, pour around a fee, they put crow around it. They put the crow and they put the soup on that. Somebody who ate Gary, play of food. Walk with Beb, he was many a times carry and sports shoe, get to go play. And all those stories about his humble beginning. When you see and you see us who were born in the heat of the war coming up, and we hear about Weah. And when we went to school in our early days, we were taught about Weah in our children's study books. And then the eagerness for us to see this man coming back to our country in the age and time, our generational president. Weah is our generational president. And for him to come and in 6 months, breaking down his dilapidated home, a house that became a cave. You see things in that house was anti-equated and anti-diluvian. You see his house leaking. Pedro Costa, so say Pedro Costa, his house was leaking. And he broke down that whole area and built a new mansion. Not only that, he went further to build 47 condominiums for himself.
Yeah, I can understand him breaking down the one he lives in because, I mean,
I can't understand that.
No, because he want to uplift. Because I mean, in the city can get him money for.
He could have done that at a later time. Why, when he got to the presidency, when he was a senator?
Yeah, he could have done.
What did he do? Why didn't he modernize his house?
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying, right? When you are the president now, I heard they gave you some kind of allowance or whatever to renovate
the
or
home
whatever
of the
your home.
president, according to the Constitution, is the executive mansion.
Oh, well.
That's the home of the
executive. If that's you were going to do that out of this, something I don't think people are going to be so upset with just his personal home. But 47 extra homes building and doing all the extra things, Jamaica Resort and all the extra places like just
and
all
when Jamaica Resort and build a resort. And that's the reason why people today, I wanted to share a video, Amy. So I can remind the Liberian people, President, we are in Nigeria, and you saw Muhammadu Buhari, the former president of Nigeria, 82 years old man, died, and you saw the method and form in which he was buried, and then that reflects to every other person, leaders who think that you can come to the country and steal from your people and kill, because that's what happened. That every time you steal from your people, thousands of people die. The babies are deprived of essential drugs, essential things that they're supposed to get. And people who especially the disadvantaged, youth, they are at risk. And so many other people, the older folks, some of them now, because they are dispossessed, they are abandoned by their family, they don't have any means, they call it a witchcraft or when you become poor and old, they call it witchcraft in Liberia, where we're supposed to take care of our elderly and get a home for them and give them that easy going. But instead, we are calling them witchcraft.
So sad.
Every time you steal from your people, those are things that happen. People will not get a chance to good health care, good water, sanitation, good schools, and other things, and you'll see the country will be disabled. But if you die now, which is the end of life,
you're not taking it anywhere with you.
All of that, you know how many trillions of dollars Buhari had in possession? But how did he go today? Thank God he came from a faith where they tell you that everything that belongs to the world stay with the world.
Right. They
put you in a little
white blanket.
We wrap you up and they lay you down. And he couldn't even lay on his back to in our hole. They got to lay him on his side.
Why not?
Because that was a tiny hole to put him in.
What? Nobody to dig the hole?
And when I even correct his feet. From the video, I've been looking at a lot of videos.
What that man? I even in his dad?
I don't know. And one of the persons said that when he was on a sick bed, his wife Fatima Buhari said to the people that her husband said they should forgive him.
Oh.
We don't know exactly what they should forgive him for.
Yeah, he sort of read the whole confession out.
I'll tell you,
he knows
this reminds me of the same thing that Manasseh Lee said to Old Man Joe in the 2017 elections. Asking the old man, for protection for she and her family. And then President Bouakai,
what did you do, man?
Asking her, what did you do to the Liberian people? And he asking for their protection. You already have the presidential protection, immunity. So what extra protection are you asking for?
Right.
To protect your children.
Those Zogos can come near your house.
Yeah. So this is the thing that this man, the former president of Nigeria, because if you see the suffering today that among the Nigerian people, you see the suffering has taken him off from. That country has become very insecure. Our men are adopting people. You have that's the reason why I get angry when Liberia, who is in the same West African region with Nigeria, that you have Boko Haram and you have other armed group and adopting people and asking for ransom. They went again and burned a whole village. You see those people over there, and when Liberia, when they increase budget for security and people getting angry in our country, I got to look at it and say, you don't even know that small food you're eating today. When something go by in our country, especially a small country like Liberia, you think Ariko open again for people to go there? Gonna finish breaking down that Buduburam camp they have over there. No more. So you don't have nowhere. All of the region. Don't think that you run to Sierra Leone having their own problem. Everybody get their own problem. Guinea, that the West able to go. You got to get another leader or a military leader. You not get time for that thing. So all that thing we're doing, we have to make sure that the security of our people and are kept in high esteem. When the IG told them, say this mobile thing that I'm telling you about is for your own safety, your own protection. Because today, if you fall and you have accident or somebody hijack motorbike from you, and the other person who bought the bike and to you, put you in jail, your family suffer. So for your own safety, will tell you, say, you stay away from the central Monrovia. Because every night they continue falling out from up the hill. And as soon as you kill one Monrovia, the next people you see now, and people your anger on. You're burning police station, you're breaking up police booth, you're beating police people, and you're doing a lot of things. So they say, oh, you're wrong on the other side. They get your error. You get what God get for you, you get it. Go to the other area and run your back there, but you say no, you must go Broad Street. You must go.
But this is from that to something on there before, right? But this is what I don't understand. The police is trying to something law and order in their country, restore or something like that, and telling them, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what y'all need to do. This is what we expect citizens to do. And few people, while a majority appreciate it, then just few of them coming out and say, oh no, that's not what we want to do. We're giving you 14 days to let people apply all industry again. Are you out of your mind?
That doesn't sound right there to me. For somebody to come look at and say we give you 14 days. Who are you to give somebody 14 days? And so somebody said today in one of the comments, say Moru again has started his liquor tour. Yeah, that should be somebody who is actually drunk.
Say he can be drunk and talking.
Yeah. To come back and say you get a president or you get a government 14 days. 14 days, that's 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In 2 weeks, the government will call you and say you that and say, can't see all the things they will not do in 14 days. Say you are in power for 6 years and you did all that thing. All the Google thing you now pack together and you all the Google thing you did for 6 years and you come back. Now that you're giving the government 14 days now to go back.
They left 5,000 beds in JFK and the government came and burned all of them.
Do you know that the first radiation center, radiation therapy treatment, the government just broke ground for it in Liberia? Do you know that?
If you're coming in 1.5 years telling us our JFK decapitated or all kind of something you're talking about, but tell me, what is the contract say? How did you leave it? Because I want to call it. I said, okay, so when some of the English and when you're hearing and speaking it, you say, okay, we're not even gonna dissect that one. We'll just assume we know what you mean. But how did you leave it though? How did you leave it before you expected to be fixed in one? You were there for 6 years, and in no way am I saying that President Bouaga, the government should not fix these things. That's not what I'm saying, right? We're just calling out the hypocrisy here, like people who was there for 6 years and never fixed any of these things, and they want a government who just came in power to fix it in 1 year, and they have. That's what we're calling out on. Of course, we want President Bouaga to fix these things. Of course, we want it for the sake of our people, not for the sake of the greedy politicians who are there, who didn't do anything, and they're angry because they're no longer there. They don't care about the country. They use these people to pretend like they care about the Liberian people. They are doing all of these things for the Liberian people when they are not. They're only doing it for themselves. So we're not talking, saying these things as, oh yeah, because they didn't fix it, so President Bouaga shouldn't fix it. No, I would never say that. If I didn't want that, I would never support him to remove the previous government. I supported him to remove, to rescue, and he has rescued. What? How do you know that he has rescued? This is what they don't understand. They talk about, oh, you say you came to rescue. People like this. People like these.
Whatever George did not take the 14. So anybody want to get in the government over that case.
So you're selling drugs? And they stop you from selling drugs.
They stop him from selling
and that was why you're getting your income from.
What?
You're getting income from that. And they stop you from doing it.
Yeah, they stop him from
so that's why you're protesting.
The protest, I'm protesting for working in the country and I'm protesting for them to get off freedom. We are also about this. We are citizens for this nation. We need freedom in this country.
You're not getting freedom to do your business?
Yes.
Do you still want to do your business and stuff you do?
Yes.
If he never had freedom, would he be standing over there to say he's protesting?
When were you selling it?
I don't know where
Which time? We are administration.
I start selling what doing anytime all the now. I'm still selling, but my business goes down.
They have a current stringent measures against your job, sale or what?
Why you say?
They crack it down on you who are selling a job or what?
They keep suppressing me. Jack table and they put it 150,000 for me.
Is it a bad thing to you?
Yes.
How you see the sale of jobs?
I see the sale of jobs because I need support for my family. I need to get my family money now. I'm care of 4 living children in the country right now. No support, and my parents are focusing on me. See, I graduated from high school, no other thing for me to do. So I just got to join my bro. Then the dollar bill. Who can't money no more way.
So what you do your team business?
No, I'm a forever trade man. I'm a trade at NCDC.
What about trade do you do?
I do general market, I spend AC.
Do you have work now?
I don't have work. I won't work anywhere. I work. The police say you feeling was school. Everybody feeling was school. Everybody learns go to school.
Oh, they ask you whether you have diploma, high school diploma.
I get high school diploma. I'm not feeling with school. But I learn my trade. I'm a bona fide trade man. Yeah, what's up, son?
So that's
for my trade, make people call me dollar bill because I'm serious. But now, nothing doing. I work in there, protect me from that. Doing nothing, bro. I was selling market. They put in supplement, they get me just so one for me to talk to me, so I leave.
Who's the market you're selling?
Nothing, I selling push.
Push.
Yeah.
So and they keep suppressing you.
They started suppressing for this government or
this government?
This government
suppress us. Just everybody they see a woman that 50,000 for me. They get me on school. Where just go to my high school graduate. Good thing for me.
With a diploma, but send up there applying to law companies. No job.
Not doing nothing.
Yeah. When we go, they say no job because of the government, say bad government, say policy. So we stay sitting, we want to work. And then the thing I can get money, they stop you how to do it.
Why can you get money?
I would say just to get money, but it's stopping the judge to not go.
Do you think that's the right thing to do?
Hey, I don't think that's the right thing to do, but because no job, that's why I'm doing this.
Okay.
So there you have it, folks. This is the rescue that we wanted, right? Now, just stopping them is not going to help. Of course, we need the government to do more. So try to get them into rehab, try to, which we know they're trying to bring in company, bring in investor, bring in people in the country will not take 1, 2, 3 to happen. You have to have these, engagement and encourage people to come in. And like the president was saying today, how do you bring people in the country and tourists in and all those things? You have it, and you have all the Liberians. We can't just be depending on Asalamita, Firestone. No, you have all the Liberians that can employ, fellow Liberians. And we also have to, let our people know to respect their fellow Liberians from the diaspora who have that employment opportunity, because a lot of time people go over there and they don't take them seriously. When they hire these people, they are the same old people who will break that person down, destroy their businesses, and they will want them. The next thing you know, they start packing that stuff to come back here. Their idea of jobs coming in should be this big old company. No, that's not how it works. You can also citizens, diaspora citizens, or even people who live in Liberia there who have the opportunity to create jobs. It doesn't have to be the government. Everybody can now work in the government. Everybody can now work with the big old companies and stuff. We have to encourage investors, local, small businesses. We have to encourage them instead of discouraging them when they come down. And then the same old people who we don't have job, we don't have this, we don't have that. You start to steal from them. They hire you, the next thing you know, you start stealing from that person for that business to break down. You start joining with them, some of you to collab with armed robbers, with thieves to come and rob them or burn their businesses down after you've done that. We hear these stories all the time. And you think your life is going to change. The government is supposed to be the one to change your life. No. So while we encourage the government to do more, you yourself, you have a responsibility. We all do. We have that responsibility to make Liberia better. It's not just the government. It's not one person business. And this is what President Bouakai came to rescue. And thank God, I'm glad I'm hearing it on from them. You know, they're cracking down on my business. I'm not doing it. What's your business, Kush, and stuff like that. Yeah, they should. That is not a business. That is not good for you. That is not good for your fellow citizens to be doing. And this is why the CDC were protesting for today. These are the people that want to come back, according to them, to come and take over your country. They're protesting against stuff like this. But it's not good for us, and we shouldn't even encourage it. God forbid, President Bouakai fail us. We shall pray he doesn't. We will continue to look for the next thing. We'll keep doing it till by the grace of God we get the right one. That's how other people have done it. We can't go back to the same old thing that make it even tougher for President Bouakai to do anything. Then we'll go back to that. What sense does that make? Are we fooling ourselves here, or are we fooling anybody else? So we can't do that. So with that, we say thank you for being with us this evening, this night, this morning. While we what's the formula said? Just deconstruct what the speaker said. The lies that were told today, and that, you know, that brainwashing our people to bring them out there, and some of them, even though it wasn't a mass 20,000 or 10,000 that we were expecting, but regardless of that, there were people out there, you know, and we just thank God the way it went. Nobody seriously got hurt, and there was not a lot of chaos in the country today because of that. So, you know, thank you for being here. Share the show. Family, you want to do your closing? Share the show.
Yeah, it's always nice, Liberian people. Y'all, thank you so much for always hanging out with us, John. Hina, my good friend and brother.
Yeah, we have to
Wilson Johnson, another good friend and brother, and Mohammed Do. I have Basde Kohula.
You said what's Moba? Moba's working.
Sorry, I mispronounced the name, but that's it.
Yeah.
Kanga, Alfred Konowa, my good friend and brother, and that my big brother over there, Albert Blair. Albert Blair, my man. What's up, Albert? Thank you so much, man.
It's your big brother, Rebecca Dunn. Thank you so much for coming, sweetheart.
Group, thank you guys so much, man, for hopping on, and also for liking, leaving a comment. And all we can always say, thank you so much. Your like, comment, and share always help our platform. And, you know, so that's how you support us. We always here every day, every day. And, you know, we're making this our own little civil duty and our own form of quota back to Liberia to come here and promote, and, you know, promote healthy conversation. You know, you can join us at any time if you want to. If you have the chance, come and join us, and let's have this and, you know, conversation, because these are the only way that our people can benefit from, you know, some of the happiness in our country. So thank you. Come back tomorrow. God's
willing.
God's willing. We'll always be here tomorrow. You can log on and we'll be here. And you can also watch the series, and, you know, after, even if you missed the show, you can still go back and do a replay and watch it. You can still share it, at least up to 5 different groups. It's going to help the platform. So this is where we are, and we'll tell you thank you for being patient with us and for hanging around. Hope to see you tomorrow. Good night, y'all.
Good night.